So you can see. You can see when it gets to 15 seconds.
Yeah. So you got it muted now. So that's good.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like doubly loud.
And welcome back to the Nub. I'm the Merce.
Hey, it's Felton.
And we actually have Foxtale Nerd Inspirations in the studio today, but due to some technical difficulties, if we ask her some questions, we have to lean the mic over to her so she can answer.
Yeah,
so.
get in real close.
Here, go ahead and say hi.
Hello.
Oh, look at that! You even got in the red on that, so that's good.
Wow, yeah, they're gonna be like, she's too loud.
Ooh, boy.
That was too loud too.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna dial you down a little bit, and there we go.
All right. Not too close. We'll do it live. All right. So, first off, I want to talk about how excited I am because we just had our first meeting for the first Nerds United Brevard, I guess meetup is what we'll call it now. We'll come up with a better name later, right?
Mm-hmm. To be determined, right?
Yes, and it looks like it will be sometime late September. It's late September, so we're going to start advertising the hell out of that. Trying to get everybody on board and going. Basically, I'll give you guys a little heads up. Anybody that's listening, we're going to be doing things like having a costume contest. We're going to have pizza. We're going to try to get Love Bugs donuts there. There's going to be prizes.
So good.
You're going to get 20% off of your purchases at Famous Faces and Funnies. I haven't talked to Get Your Fun On yet, but I'm sure they'll do some kind of special too. We'll try to do game tournaments, both video game and board games. We're going to have some local artists there to draw some pictures for you guys. It's just basically we're just going to have a blast. It's going to be a lot of stuff going on, and we'll be hopefully podcasting live from there. So if you guys want to be on the Nub podcast, you can
You could just straight call it the Nerd Fair.
That's not bad.
Yeah, because it's like a
like
nerd
the
fair.
Ren Fair, but the Nerd Fair.
Yeah, it's the Nerd Fair.
But anyway, so that's kind of the things that we're working on right now. We want to make this like a I don't know,
A community-oriented thing.
Yeah,
you know,
and just basically anything nerdy that you want to do, we're gonna try to do it there. That's legal or
or anything that's not like live or interpretive theater, because that's just no.
Also, we're going to be doing a special for anybody who comes in a furry costume and gives Felton a big old hug.
Anybody that comes in a furry costume,
I will personally hand you a prize to be announced.
Comes near me,
TBA.
I will be cordial and pleasant to you and comment on your work, but do not touch me.
So as you heard him, you heard it first here on the Nub podcast. Touch Felton is what he said.
That is
if
not
you're
what
a
I
furry
said.
Costume, touch Felton.
I do not consent to be molested again by a weird cosplayer. I don't know.
So, anyways, so yeah, I'm very excited about that. I cannot wait to tell you guys more. I cannot wait to see what kind of prizes we have. And this isn't the only thing I want to do for the Nub. I'm gonna try talking to some of the local theaters, see about doing like nerd night at the movies, try to get some discounts or specials for that kind of thing, maybe some bowling stuff, just kind of ways to get the nerds together to meet up and hang out and just be nerdy and have fun. Okay, so to be announced on a lot of that stuff, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up anyway that's listening.
The balls are rolling.
The balls are rolling, yes.
Rolled it down the hill.
So I guess we have to address the elephant in the room.
Listen, I got it stuffed. I know it takes up a lot of space, but I've had to redecorate, so just give me
It's got a smell to it, though. I don't know.
Yes,
actually, I was going to say the death of Adam West. So thanks for making that into a lighthearted joke.
I didn't know that's what you were doing.
Of a nerd icon.
I didn't think we were going to introduce it like that, but all right.
So, Adam West passed away recently. 88? Something like that?
Yeah.
That's a
got
life
up
well
there.
spent. Yeah, that's you definitely got up there. So
Beloved,
yes. The Batusi is one of my absolute favorite dance moves to bust out on the floor. So, just honestly, he did a lot for the nerd culture in general. I mean, yeah, the Batman TV show was a little on the hokey, cheesy side and stuff, but
that's what made it so great.
Exactly,
though.
that's what it was. So all the bam.
Now here's
blam.
my question. It was a comic book show, and I've always looked at it through the eyes of like present day time.
Mm-hmm.
I always looked at it as like a comically interesting show. Like, oh man, these reruns are great. Like you said, goofy and hokey.
Yeah.
But back when it was in syndication, was that like a serious show?
No.
Okay.
No, it was done.
Because I've often wondered that and thought, was this like hardcore back then? Like
I wondered that too. I wondered that too when I was younger. But I actually saw an interview about it. No, the whole concept was done that way on purpose. It was supposed to be fun, lighthearted, goofy, obnoxious. So
because some of the stuff he would break out with, like the monologues. Like Adam West's like almost Shakespearean monologues.
The way that he delivered his lines.
It was just. I'm like, is this supposed to be serious? Am I not viewing this correctly? Like, oh, it was.
No, that was definitely purposely hokey. So good times. I mean, you gotta imagine there's a lot of reefer going around at the time, and things like people sit around at home just like, oh man, this Batman cat.
Well, Robin, it looks like he truly found the darkness in his soul and paid for it in blood. Like, jeez, what the fuck, man? God.
Holy Batburgers, Batman.
Holy Batburgers, Batman. That was serious and dark. What the hell?
That was disturbing.
Comedy.
I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
No, this is the 70s. Like, what?
That was the 60s, actually.
This is the 60s. You can't be like that.
If it was the 70s, it'd been okay.
What do you think this is, True Detective? Jesus.
So we mourn the loss of Adam West. That's a very, very sad thing. Moving along to some more interesting stuff. E3 dropped. They did or it's still dropping. I guess they're still doing some E3 stuff. Let me tell you, there's been some amazing videos coming out.
I know, everything's in 4K. 4K, 4K, 4K?
4K.
4K, 4K, 4K. I literally cannot watch anymore because I just every 2 seconds. 4K. Oh my God. Can you stop it with the buzzwords? Please.
But I mean, there were some interesting videos I saw. I mean, obviously we've learned with the gaming community that if it looks pretty doesn't mean that necessarily it plays pretty. It doesn't mean it's going to be a good game. But that Spiderman trailer looks amazing.
The movement it really is
very fluid. I thought sometimes if it wasn't for the hub and some of the prompts, I wouldn't have been able to tell at times if they were actually playing the game or if it was the little cutscenes. So they did a really good job with that. It flows very well. Wolfenstein 2 looks amazing, but of course I didn't see a whole lot of gameplay until the end of their trailer. The gameplay looked good. The story looks awesome. It's got like a Southern American man, who I guess like the Nazis have taken over America and
like the KKK just like walking around.
Yeah,
just
that kind of stuff.
Which I'm sure there'll be some commentary like, oh, it's actually modern day America. What the heck? Why do they think this is a parody? It's like, no, it's not. You can't. You can't do that.
Anthem looks amazing. I don't know if you saw the video for Anthem, but Anthem is BioWare's their answer to
like Destiny.
Yeah, yes. And it looks amazing. But
again, just a pre-render.
No, there was game. They had full gameplay footage I was watching. But here's the thing, though. Again, after Andromeda dropped and disappointed the hell out of me. It's I'm going to wait and see what happens with Anthem. I can't just jump into something.
I might be oversimplifying it, but I always got the impression that Destiny was very much like Hellgate London.
I never played Hellgate London, so I can't comment on that. But
well, you folks out there who have played Hellgate London and Destiny, is it just Diablo with guns? It's really all I want to know.
I mean, that's kind of what Destiny is. I mean, it's just it's a dungeon crawler with guns. It's a first-person dungeon crawler.
It's a first-person Diablo. All right, in the future.
But it's fun. I mean, I like it. And then one of the biggest trailers I was excited about was The Last of Us 2.
Oh,
that looks amazing. It looks like they're gonna rip your heart out and stomp on it and just make you feel terrible.
Well, let me tell you the trailer that actually mattered. Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was ridiculous. Thank you. I was getting there, but oh my God,
that is one of the
If you haven't seen
games.
all these trailers that I've mentioned are on the Nub now, or they will be on the Nub by the time this comes out, and you need to watch Beyond Good and Evil 2's trailer. I mean, there's no gameplay at all. It's just a little movie trailer spot, but the style that they're going with, which those who played Beyond Good and Evil know that it was a fantastic game. It had a great story.
I think it even
and it didn't even have great graphics. It was just that it was a phenomenal story.
Well, I'd still say at the time the graphics.
They were kind of cartoonish and lackluster. I mean, there wasn't.
Well, hold on. I think
it was probably stylized.
I think I probably bought a remastered edition on Steam at some point, and I'm remembering it in HD.
Yeah. But it was a great game. So to see that they're finally coming out with a sequel to it, and the sequel, I mean, again, it was just the trailer. It was no gameplay video. It was just like a little short story. But the rendering for the animation was amazing. The whole concept of where it looks like it's set in is very dark and like dismal kind of. It looks like crowded streets in China kind of thing with a little bit of griminess to it.
I'm really interested.
A badass monkey.
I'm really interested to experience more of a open world type of game in the Beyond Good and Evil universe, because I just remember that world exploring and just being it's very fondly.
Yeah.
But as far as I mean, it definitely was an early Xbox era game.
It was. I think it was a launch title, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And for a launch title to actually leave a lasting impression like that's pretty amazing.
Oh, that was such a great game, and I always hoped that a sequel's been in the works for a long time. I mean, it's basically at this point, well, not as ridiculous as Duke Nukem Forever, but it's been.
Well, the thing is, it's got a cult following.
Yeah.
And it's hard to make a sequel to a cult following.
Yeah.
That being said, I don't know why we still don't have a Kingdom Hearts 3 out, because that wasn't necessarily a cult following.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they did show, there were the trailers of gameplay at E3. I believe Foxtale pointed out, though, if I'm not mistaken, that some of it looked like stuff that we've seen several times before. Mm-hmm. So, what's that?
It's the same footage over and over again.
Yeah,
it's wait, what is it? It's the different but same?
Different but same.
Different but same.
So yeah, I can't wait till the next Kingdom Hearts game comes out. I'd love to play it, but
I have a confession.
Yeah,
I've never played any of the Kingdom Hearts games.
What?
Dun dun dun. I didn't have a PlayStation.
I have all the remastered ones, for PS3 and PS4.
But since he's a PC gamer.
Yeah.
No,
I never.
And half of our audience just turned their computers off.
Felton's a piece of shit. No, well, I guess the time that those games came out, I really wasn't deeply into JRPG style games at the time, and I just kind of felt like I didn't have a PlayStation 2, so I didn't get to.
Yeah. Oh, I smell it.
Yeah, one of the
we had a dog-related incident that this time involves biowarfare.
Oh, he's wagging his tail over there. He knows.
It's biowarfare, so...
I just didn't want it to get blamed on me.
No, it's okay. We actually went to the buffet before we all decided to come podcast after this, so it's actually... Now we're
it's actually everybody.
Now we're playing Russian roulette, like fart edition, so...
Yeah, farts are funny.
It's like, who can hold their fart the longest?
I already went out in the kitchen and took care of mine before the show, so that's it.
Well then, you cheated. But yeah, I see what you're saying though. I understand, and it for me it was just at a time in my life where I wasn't doing a whole lot of anything when the first game hit, and so I played the hell out of that game, and the second game came out, and I played the hell out of that game. So, I mean, it all.
The third game. Oh, it's just now coming out.
Oh, ouch! All right. Also, this last weekend was the Overwatch anniversary double XP weekend. Did you get on there and get your double XP on?
I didn't get very much because I'm over the cosmetic. Okay, so it's one of those things where it doesn't offer you any bonuses in game or anything. So the cosmetic stuff really just kind of is starting to get on my nerves with it. Like, for example, I'll bring up the joke that is Battleborn. At least,
and we go back to Battleborn, folks.
I think technically Battleborn is a superior game in the way that you have items and they can give you bonuses, which can change the way that you play a character.
Well, since this game is kind of like a Dota, with guns,
But even in Dota,
you would expect
though,
well, that's what I'm saying. In
there's
Dota,
certain
you can
modes.
buy but you can buy items to
Yeah.
increase your abilities and make.
Hold on.
You would think that they would maybe capture on this or make like a special game mode that you could do that
or
with.
a game
or,
mode, exactly, where
like-
you have like your buffs and such.
My problem with Overwatch now is that I feel like it's getting stagnant. You
Yep.
know that it's you're just kind of doing the same thing over and over again, and then they'll introduce a cool game mode.
And
like
now-
capture the flag.
Now the PvE mode is gone again.
Yeah.
And you got to wait for another freaking 8-9 months before they're gonna do.
Exactly. Like I think all these special modes that they do, they should just once they introduce them, they should just be part of the game. Like Lucio Ball should be part of the game. You should just be able to go play.
I probably would play
Lucio
competitive
Ball.
Lucio Ball if I could.
They needed to really get into that Doctor.
They just need to just have like just infinite variations of Witch Mercy. 'Cause let me tell you, that's my favorite skin.
I see.
'Cause it's adorable.
Was it Doctor
Junkenstein?
Dr. Junkenstein's little thing. They needed to expand on that, because I love that kind of gameplay. I mean, look, COD has an entire game now coming out where they've collected all of their zombie
Peace?
things. Yes, but they've
COD
collected all their zombie
Fish?
from all the different games, and now they put it in one game.
Mm-hmm.
And they're probably gonna sell. It's probably gonna sell like gangbusters because people like playing that type of game style, and Overwatch is sitting on an opportunity that they could do. They could do that with that little Junkenstein event that they had. They could have expanded on that, made it more.
Well, here's my, and I figure probably Jeff Kaplan's going to hear this and steal my idea.
Probably.
But here's my
you want to make
thoughts on it.
You want to make Zenyatta a tank?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. So the current meta and the whole issue, and I know I said this freaking day one of Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
New characters are just going to be remixes.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to be a mixtape. And Alicia, okay, is the perfect example of that.
Mm-hmm.
She is a straight remix. There's nothing new about her. Okay. I just think if they're going to do a really kind of cool, unique game mode and they really want to capture people, you don't have to have level or you don't have to have items that you retain from game to game. If they don't want to do that, I get it. It's their game. What they need to do is have an unlocked game mode where it's either PvE or PvP, and you have your character that you pick. Let's say you get McCree. McCree has certain bonuses to certain weapon types, and certain advantages with some weapons, and certain disadvantages with some weapons. Like, he could probably fire Soldier 76's rifle, right? Single shot accurately. But burst fire, he'd be all over the place and would instantly get a debuff if he fired more than one round every 0.75 milliseconds or some horse shit. Yeah. Okay, so he would fire semi-auto.
Well, they could even just. It wouldn't even have to. You wouldn't have to actually touch the guns and the things like that are in the game. If you did it like a Dota or something like that, what you could do is you could just get like items that give you buffs. Like McCree runs 0.3% faster with these boots. Let's see, his what is it? His high noon ability. With this hat on, it gives you this much longer.
Well, I see. There's that. There's that, and that's almost going the Battleborn way. What I'm saying is to keep the current format of the game, where you have builds, as in you have your 6 character slots, and your build is the 6 characters. You have your individual player, right, and the build is the gun, the secondary. You literally have open to pick anything anyone has. Now, McCree might not do well with Orissa's cannon, and he'd have to walk really slow, so he'd have a severe penalty to walk speed. So you see what I'm saying? Is they wouldn't have to create items, they wouldn't have to create item retention, and it would keep, I feel, the form of the game.
But I feel even without doing any of that stuff, if they just expanded upon the different game styles you can play. Like, I like the Capture the Flag. I'll play Capture the Flag for a few hours. Like, I really enjoy Capture the Flag, Their Horde, or what's the... They had that one where you had like little missions to go do, and you had to fight all the robots to get from
Yeah, they did it on the
they
British
didn't keep
map.
that. I don't understand why they didn't keep that stuff. Like, and they could have expanded on that and made more maps and more.
Do that to more of the maps, but
Exactly.
have like, I don't know, something different, because you can only shoot those damn robots.
This is gonna sound crazy.
No,
but they could do a story mode. They could actually create a story mode.
There was another game that did everything literally that we've just listed.
Was that Battleborn?
It was called Battleborn, and it completely failed because it was far too complex in that way, and people just wanted Overwatch.
But here's the thing: is now you have Overwatch. We've had Overwatch for a while. So to keep it from becoming stale or stagnant,
like
let's add some flair to it. Do a couple different things. But anyways, I don't want the podcast to be Overwatch all day. So
and this is the Overwatch cast.
Exactly. Something else I want to talk about is me and Foxtale are just absolutely enveloped in the DC rebirth right now. I feel like I'm covered in like DC's afterbirth. I'm just so enveloped in it right now. And
I wasn't going to say anything.
You were going to say something about the stickiness, weren't you?
Yeah.
About, I've got this. Like,
it's just like Mountain Dew. You spray it all over
the fact that when I first came in here, I was like, Wah! That it bothered you, didn't it?
Well, yeah, there was this big amorphous cloud that you emerged from that really looked like the universe's vagina. It was very weird.
Well,
DC universes.
Exactly. Well, let me ask you. So far, of all the stuff that you've read, Foxtale, what is like some of your number one picks for the DC rebirth from what you've read so far?
I know it's gonna sound biased, but Wonder Woman was amazing. Greg Rucka's definitely.
It's not biased at
all.
all.
Because her movie just came out, and it's just like.
But Greg Rucka does a fantastic job.
He does such a great job. He's such a great writer, and he's a great person. Maybe that's too because I met him at Megacon. But he was just a cool guy.
Well, real quick, if you listened to the last podcast, you'll know that me and Greg Rucka actually had a conversation in the bathroom, like gentlemen. So,
yeah.
Did you guys talk while you're peeing?
Not while we're peeing. You never talk while
That's
you're peeing.
That's why he's a gentleman.
Oh,
no, we talked.
I don't know how it works. Girls talk while we're in the bathroom.
No, we talked before.
That's weird.
We talked beforehand, and then we walked up to the stalls like gentlemen.
We share bathrooms.
We shared a big bathroom as well, but you don't need to talk to each other when you're peeing.
It's true.
Yeah, no, Wonder Woman was definitely amazing. Let me see. I've read so many. I just read Suicide Squad. I think Orlando, I can't remember his last name, and Jim Lee actually are on that one. That one's actually pretty good if you actually want to pick up a Suicide Squad.
Especially because Jim Lee's art is amazing. Yeah. My favorite artist.
My gosh, we picked up like all of them.
It's true. I mean, I know you loved the Batman Detective comics,
the Batman
right?
Detective. Oh, that was amazing.
And then the Superman.
Superwoman was actually was amazing by Phil Jimenez. Definitely get to see Lois Lane and Lana as Superwoman, and it's a whole different. It's not Superman. That's all I can say. It's a whole different ballgame with them. Definitely, I would pick that up. It's wordy. It's almost like a book. So it was really good.
Well, wait till you read the last few days of Superman, the Road to Rebirth. It was amazing, and it really leads into like your story, the Supergirl story of like how Lana Lane got her powers and that kind of thing. So
that's cool.
Lana Lang.
Yeah.
Lana Lane.
Lana Lane.
Yeah. Oh, you said Lana Lane. I was like,
yeah, Lana Lane.
No, it's Lang.
Lang. That's what I said. Lang. I didn't say that. I said Lang.
I'm like, no, you're confusing me. I don't know what's happening.
Paul
Giamatti? Paul Giammanco? Paul Giam...
I'm starting Supergirl. That's pretty good. I've read Batgirl. That was another good one. Let's see.
I mean, you don't have to give him every rundown.
I looked at the tabloids one time and I read Batboy. Sorry.
So yeah, the DC Rebirth right now has been damn good, damn amazing. It's doing some really good stuff, some exciting things. Just bringing it back to the old school because I'm an old fool who's so cool, and I appreciate that.
That was sick.
Yeah,
it's good.
Clever.
But, anyways, so let's see. In board gaming news, I picked up Hero Realms, which is the successor, in my opinion, of Star Realms. Which Star Realms is a fantastic game. It's a deck building game. So if we played it with you, it'd take about 10 hours before you got it, and then
come on.
and if we played with Foxtale, she would murder us because she's just unbelievable at the deck builders. But basically, this one's set in a fantasy realm, and what they do actually,
unless someone has Craven.
Oh, bring it back to that Marvel Munchkin. But so Hero Realms it's Star Realms with a fantasy backdrop on it, but then you buy these additional little packs that are hero packs, like a thief, I believe a wizard, a warrior, so on and so forth. And what it does is it takes the deck builder and then it scratches that kind of Magic the Gathering itch that you might have, without you having to actually go and like keep purchasing a bunch of different cards and buying little mini packs and all this other stuff. So. Very fantastic game. This Thursday I'll probably throw it on the table so we can play it, because you can actually do like 6-player with it, which is great because Star Realms originally was a 2-player game, and then if you had another set of it you could play 4-player, but this is actually you can go up to 6 players. There's like a special mode that they have for it as long as you have the heroes for it.
We're doing game night Thursday?
Yes, yeah, I thought I sent one out. I didn't notice out, but if not, we're doing Game Night Thursday.
Oh,
and then the following Thursday is D&D. Finally, we're gonna see your half human, half orc.
Oh, I finally got my player's manual, by the way. So.
Did you?
Yep.
Yeah, and you've probably read like nothing so far.
No, I haven't. Basically, I gotta see it. I gotta see by doing. No, I'm gonna finish filling out the character sheet now that I have.
There's plenty of YouTube videos as well that you can watch about like how to play D&D and so that, how to play a character and table etiquette and things like that.
So, well, I mean, I'm a half human. Like us humans do. We have good etiquette, right? Like.
If those of you don't remember, Joe's going to be playing a half-orc who is prejudiced against orcs and refers to himself as a half-human.
Yeah. Completely ignores the fact that he's an orc.
Yes.
The guys at the Get Your Fun On didn't really like my story.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. They're I'm playing a puppet, like, I'm like, oh, why you gotta show me up, man? Yeah, that's clever and funny. All right. I get it. It was a fun conversation. I'm not disparaging them.
So we still want to create a Nerds United Brevard cosplay group. That's still gonna be in the works. Also, we're gonna start doing YouTube videos ASAP. We just have to get the equipment. Basically, everything. A lot of things are relying now on upgrading equipment and that kind of stuff, and getting more
microphones.
Yeah, more microphones. But I'd like to go to a new little segment I like to call "What's Joe Playing?"
Boy, let me tell you what I got into.
Oh,
I started playing Dying Light because The Following came out, and I didn't really get into it. So, I kind of got into some old school Dying Light. So apparently you get cars in it, and I didn't.
And what is Dying Light for those?
It's zombie parkour.
Okay.
Melee fighting, some guns, which they've actually the DLC. I mean, it's worth it. It definitely was.
I feel like they're just throwing zombie on everything anymore. I mean, well, it's actually calmed down a bit, but
No, they definitely made a huge difference with it. I've been enjoying it. Okay. So I've been doing that and basically bouncing between that, and I kind of am ashamed to admit it. I got back into Counter-Strike.
Why are you ashamed to admit it? How many years do we spend in Counter-Strike?
Well, because it's global offensive and it's not real Counter-Strike.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, actually, Counter-Strike Go really wasn't that awful. I don't know what I've been playing to hone my first-person shooterness, but I got into a game and I probably haven't touched it in 2 years, and I was getting like hacker level headshots. I mean, I'm just like boom, 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 headshot, and I'm shaking and I'm dancing. And I'm like, boom, headshot, boom. I couldn't believe it. I'm sitting there laughing. I'm like, what the hell? What have I been playing?
I know the feeling because I picked up Overwatch this weekend for the first time in months. It's been months since I played Overwatch. And I mean, the first couple rounds I played, I carried the team, like ridiculously carried the team, And I'm not trying to like toot my own horn or anything like that. I mean, I know that Foxtale was there watching. I mean, I don't know if she's actually watching or paying attention, but I was literally like carrying the team, and I was carrying the team as Lucio, just
pushing people off the edge.
I really was like I was murking people left, right, and sideways, and keeping everybody healed. I didn't die once in 5 rounds.
I'm a firm believer in when you play one game, it can hone you for another. And I know I talk about Fistful of Frags a lot.
So you're saying that Justice League or Injustice 2 has honed me for Overwatch?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
No, I play a lot of Fistful of Frags, and in it you have Western guns which fire really slow.
Yeah.
You got guys running around.
And mind you, listening at home, he said fistful of frags.
It's like a fistful of dollars.
F-R-A-G.
It is a Western first-person shooter. It's a mod for Half-Life. We're not making any jokes. That's the name of it. And I've been playing that a lot. And I think between that and Killing Floor 2, which basically in Killing Floor 2 you're headhunting. Like that's all you're doing is shooting the Zeds in the head.
Yeah.
The basically zombie monsters in it, right? So getting into Counter-Strike, I was just like, holy crap, this is just like the perfect storm of me whooping ass. Like, this is insane. And then I realized I was playing against all, like, level 1 bots on the server, and then I was
going to say, or, like, small children, like, hey, what is this game?
Why? Whoa, turn that microphone off, you squeaker.
All right, so, I'm trying to think what movies are coming out this weekend. There's something coming out.
If only there was some way we could.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Never mind. Nothing nerdy's coming out this week.
The next superhero movie that comes out is Spiderman.
Yeah, I'm excited about the Spider-Man Homecoming movie. Yep.
That looks really good.
It does. I love the little spots they've been doing. Have you seen these spots they've done where, like, so they were doing for the NBA Finals, I think it was. They were doing a spot with Spider-Man. He's trying to get to Tony Stark's party, and Happy is making him an errand boy, basically, go pick up chips and stuff like that for I think it was LeBron James or some other basketball star. And it was hilarious. Like he meets DJ Khaled. And DJ Khaled and him, talk a little bit, and then there's some girls there like, hey, can we get a picture? And they're like, yeah, and then they hand their camera to DJ Khaled so that he could take a picture of them, the girls and Spider-Man, and he's like, well, this is a first, and he's taking the picture, and he's like, and another one, like playing up the whole,
again.
So
it's DJ Khaled.
What did I say?
DJ Khaled?
Oh, my bad.
Like a DJ, I'm thinking, is this like some type of California DJ?
Oh, I just give up on names now. I'm just going to say that one guy with the stuff. Oh,
another one.
I see that.
Another one.
Okay.
The Gail Simone.
Yes. Okay. Well, maybe Foxtale should tell this story.
You could tell this story.
Okay. So Gail Simone apparently went and saw The Mummy, and to say that she was not impressed is an understatement. Yeah. I guess she went on her Twitter feed and posted like 20 posts that were things like watching The Mummy was like getting beaten with a wet hose while having acid poured in your eyes or something, just horrible things she said about this movie.
Sounds like a great movie. I can't wait to see it and make fun of it.
Yeah, she was not impressed by it. It was brilliant. Gail Simone is a comic book writer that both Foxtale and I really love. I've talked about her many times on the.
I saw her. She's delightful.
She is nice, is she not?
Yeah.
And man, she is just hilarious. Anyways. But I just the comments.
I kind of had the feeling though, like just based upon the trailer and the fact that it looked awful.
Yeah.
That it was going to be
awful,
horrible.
Yeah, it did. There was nothing about that movie that makes me want to go. I remember when I saw the first trailer, and Foxtale and I were in the movie theater, and we were watching it. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know about that. There's
I don't know about that. I think Tom Cruise is going to be some type of like zombie, and he's going to have to sacrifice himself to.
Yeah, they give away way too much.
I'm watching. I'm like, okay, so it's going to be one of these three things, and I have no idea what it is. I don't care. No, I don't care. I just checked out.
Yeah, I definitely.
Said he's going to jump up and down on a couch. I love Katie Holmes. I'm a Scientologist. Woohoo! Pyramid scheme. Oh, sorry.
Pyramid scheme, player. Okay. So a little insight into my nerd life. I got a bonus check from work, and it was an okay bonus check. It wasn't anything like substantial per se, but it was an okay bonus check. And within a day of going to the comic book store and Barnes and Nobles, that bonus check is basically gone.
Nice.
That's how big of a nerd I am. They actually had to give us a box to carry all the comics that we bought at the comic book store, out to the vehicle. Like it was.
Like, here's a box of shame. Like,
oh no, Foxtale and I were not walking out with shameful looks on our face. Some of the biggest, happiest grins. The only thing that was better than that was when we'd saved up all our points for like a couple of years, and then went on a crazy shopping spree that was all free because of the points that we'd saved up.
I saw the pictures.
Yes.
That was insane.
Yes, that was. Whew, I can't wait to do that again. We're already at a ridiculous amount of points. The owner of the shop, Rick, he sweats every time we come in and we hand him the little card when we buy stuff. He's like, "Oh my god, oh my god,
why do I do this? You guys are gonna single-handedly ruin that policy."
Walk out with half the store in one day, like.
It really did.
But anyway,
Thought some of the shelves were looking pretty empty. It's because of you guys.
That's Barnes and Nobles.
yeah. Oh, Barnes and Nobles had a deal going on, and I think it's almost done. Well, the original deal was buy any 2 Rebirth graphic novels and get the third one free. You know, so first we went in and we pilfered pretty much every Rebirth graphic novel they had in there. Then they changed the sale, which was a bad choice on their part, to all DC comic graphic novels are buy 2 get 1 free.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically probably a tenth of their stock of DC comics is gone now, and a third of that tenth was all free. So
You guys got some deals.
Yeah, well, no, we have a problem really. Like I think we actually need to go to rehab. It's not a problem. Right? We can quit anytime we want.
Remember that episode? You ever see that episode of My Strange Addiction?
No.
And this couple,
It's comic books.
Yeah. I mean, so what I'm saying is, at least it's not giving yourself multiple coffee enemas every day.
That actually sounds enjoyable
and being
refreshing.
addicted to it.
I think that just brings up all kinds of sexual issues to begin with.
Yeah.
Like that, I think that's beyond.
The best part about it.
That's beyond a normal addiction.
That's beyond a normal amount of coffee enemas.
Yeah.
The best part about that episode is the mother at the end, and she's just like, I don't know why they do it. It's just, it's so gross. It's. Yeah. It's disgusting. Like, she's just so.
You could just drink the coffee. Like,
Yeah,
it doesn't have to go up your rectum.
It does the same thing. You drink coffee.
Actually,
and then
it just absorbs faster when it goes through your rectum.
It irritates your IBS,
Yeah.
and then you poop. Like, that's why. Why does anybody? That's the only reason people drink coffee.
Just
or at least that's why I drink coffee. It irritates my IBS and gets me going in the morning.
So hot coffee does that to you too? Because
Yeah.
when
I gotta take a good poop, it's like a neti pot for my intestines.
The only thing better than that is McDonald's breakfast. And if I have coffee and McDonald's breakfast, I'm locked away in the bathroom for 2 hours.
It burns.
Burns
It's
so
still
good.
hot coming out the other end.
Burns so good.
Why did I get it with sriracha?
So Foxtale, since we got you here, what can we expect to see for your next cosplay? Like, what's your next cosplay ideas?
Next cosplay idea. Well, I definitely liked at Megacon. I did a Sailor Moon Kingdom Hearts crossover, so I'm thinking about doing a Sailor Moon Mercury mixed with Aqua from Birth by Sleep from Kingdom Hearts as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm moving in that direction. I'm fixing up a lot of old ones. Trying to reinvent the Supergirl Red Lantern one. Getting all my sewing techniques. That's it for right now. I've been kind of taking a break. Trying to work on the makeup.
Weren't you also thinking about Rita Repulsa?
Oh, the Rita Repulsa. It's repulsive. That one is hard. I have everything. I just need to do it. It's in the works.
All right.
So what Rita are you doing?
The new one from the new Power Rangers. The one with all the crazy
What are you planning on? Because that looks incredibly intricate with all the little hooks and shapes and everything.
Well, I cheated. I bought a bodysuit that was made for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I might just make one for myself. But I actually it's this one, it's 3 large armor pieces that have all and I made them with the shapes and stuff, and long Ava foam or Eva or however you say it, EVA foam that attaches to the other side with I had this burn tool or some cutter that just makes all the shapes through it. So, and then I'm just gonna paint it.
See, I've been trying to figure out, I really want to make a
Rita Repulsa costume as well.
Yeah,
you guys gonna have a Rita off?
Yeah, no, I've been wanting to make a foam cutter and just make it so I can actually have it angled, and I need to do it.
Did you make one?
No, they're really simple to make. You just have
she
a
wants
heated
one if you make
fire.
one.
I want one because they have one on sale finally on Amazon. I'm going to buy it Thursday. It's $30. So should I hold out or
no? Does it now? Is it one that actually has the wire that you can angle? or is it was just static?
Blah, blah, blah. I think it's one that has the angle
because you can like there's some that you can like angle it at different angles, so you can get that nice bevel, that nice sharp edge.
Yes. I need one of those because I'm making a lot of swords now for everything I do. So.
Well, not only that, but like the armor pieces, if you get that nice sharp edge on it, you can really mold that
pieces.
foam in the shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh, you get those crisp edges.
Yes.
That's where it's at.
Crisp edges. Love it.
You nerds. Well, that's cool. I can't wait to see some of those. I can't wait to help work on some of those and late nights and not sleeping and
like
a lot of tears and yelling and
the convention,
throwing and yes, literally not sleeping the day before the convention.
I love the whole like meme of cosplayers being in the hotel room, like still painting and
that is
hot gluing and finishing.
I honestly think I got brain damage because Foxtale decided that she needed to spray paint some Mod Podge on some of the equipment. Oh yeah, it was perfectly fine. I mean, I definitely was not mentally handicapped for the entire day afterwards.
No, not at all.
I was high as hell. Like I was high.
I wonder what was wrong.
That's why I kept walking around touching everybody. I
didn't want to be sticky. It was like everywhere. Like.
Just so you know, she's saying she doesn't want to be sticky because the spray paint was coming off everywhere. That's what she was concerned
they
about.
Make paint on Mod Podge acrylic sealer.
Yes,
right?
and we had plenty of that, but it was at home. So we stopped at Walmart while we're at the convention and bought the spray on stuff. And woo, let me tell you, life was great.
Yeah, I like the little project I was showing you, trying to make my minifig.
Yes.
The little paper sealer. It doesn't make the paper crinkle. And oh my god, that shit is the best. It's so good for projects.
So much room for activities. So
well, we're testing out the new studio for the first time, quote unquote.
Yes, the new studio, which is now literally Felton's bedroom. So it's strange because
my office is getting rented out. So yeah,
there's nothing worse than when your friend, your co-host and partner in this whole nerd thing looks at you funny when you take your pants off in his room to lay on the bed, because I'm just used to that. When I go into a bedroom, I just take my pants off. So
like, well, I don't know what's wrong with that, but I'm just gonna take my pants off.
Got my black socks on, my black dad socks on with the little garter things to hold them up. And
I've never needed sock garter belts.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all.
That would feel so uncomfortable, like on the top half of your calf, because I got some meaty calves. I don't know if you ever seen my legs.
Oh, I've seen them. I've watched. Yeah,
and my thumb is stuck. I got some meaty calves. So, like, those things would not be comfortable.
I'm not gonna say that I steal glances at your calves on a regular, but I will say I've noticed the change in your calves over the time that we've known each other.
Oh yeah,
they've gone from kind of meaty to like extra meat sauce.
Yeah,
meaty,
it's that mature. It's that silver fox thing I'm moving toward.
Yeah, I definitely understand.
I feel bad when I see a guy and he's got like, chicken legs. Like,
a good friend of mine, who will remain nameless, not renamed nameless. I love him to death.
Is it Chuck?
No, it's not Chuck this time.
How's his hangnail doing?
But this gentleman, have you ever seen Despicable Me?
Gru, yeah.
Yeah, he looks just like Gru.
Oh,
he's very top heavy. He's very muscular up top. Like he's got big arms, big man boobs. He's very muscular up top, right? And then he goes down to his waist, and everything's about. Yeah, starts to kind of come into like that triangular angle.
I'm trying to think who.
But once you get to the legs, just straight
pipes.
Yeah, just these little tiny baby legs. And the worst part is he accents it by wearing skinny jeans all the time.
No, don't do that.
Yes, I mean he's gotten better about it, but he was wearing skinny jeans and joggers like all the time.
We have the same joggers.
Yes, so Foxtale and our friend have the same joggers. So. He's a very manly guy. There's nothing not manly about him.
All I could think of when you said baby legs is that Rick and Morty episode where they're watching interdimensional TV.
Yes,
Detective Baby Legs.
That show is amazing. I finally got to see the first episode of the third season, and it was great. It was everything I was hoping it would be. Absolutely fantastic. Gotta get that Szechuan sauce.
Gotta get that Mulan sauce, Morty.
Mm-hmm.
My series arc. 99 years.
Take 9 seasons.
98 years, Rick and Morty. 9 more seasons.
But
in my Rick mask, I've come to the conclusion that I need actually somebody to wrap Saran wrap and duct tape around my face.
I've got you.
So I can get a head mold.
I've got you. Around your whole face?
Yeah.
Till you pass out?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I mean, not that I've done it before, but I've done it before.
Yeah, sure. No, I got to make a duct tape head mold so I can actually, because I can't do it without having.
Don't do it like me. I free-handed my mask.
Yeah, I got to be able to do it right. So, and I know extensively how to work with hot glue and felt. So
hot glue and Felton.
It's likely going to be my medium for this. And I want to do more, because since that's kind of my joke, I want it, if this one turns out the way I want it to, almost like a Muppet-style mask.
You're going to do everything you can to try to incorporate hot glue and felt
well, that's
and everything?
Thing, everything. I'll make the character, but make the puppet-style mask out of felt and hot glue. Like,
nice.
if this works, my next project, because I kind of put Cad Bane on the back burner, because that just was going to be too much to try and cast and mold and latex. Like, it's just not going to work. I'm like, eh. So, but if I do Rick, which is far simpler, I'm totally going to do Cad Bane with felt and hot glue.
Well, let me tell you, I think I talked about it on the last podcast. But
you did.
Okay, well, there you go then. I'll just shut up
kidding.
now. When Foxtale decided that she wanted to do Kitty Pryde, like Star-Lord, or basically Kitty Pryde from the new Marvel universe where she's hanging out with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and for a while she was running things. She wanted to be able to distinguish that she was Kitty Pryde, so she wanted a Lockheed, which is a little purple alien dragon that she's had since like back in the day when Chris Claremont first introduced the character. So I made this thing out of paper mache and wire and foam and stuff like that. And I'll tell you, I was rather impressed considering it was my first time doing something like this in a long, long time. I thought the little sucker came out great. I mean, he was falling apart all over the place, at one point in time. But for the con itself, like when she had him on, the hours that he was there, he was on point. He was perfect. Everything was great. I mean, as soon as we take him off, everything just fell apart. Like eyes fell out, the wings came off. Like I have no idea where the tail is at this point in time. Like, but for those couple of hours though, it was perfect. It was on point. I even had his little claw like reaching out, like kind of like like he definitely had some character.
Now my question is, I have no idea why she has a little purple dragon.
Okay, so is that your question or some way a statement?
Well, kind of both. Like, it's X-Men, right?
Mm-hmm. Well,
we learned the purple dragon come in.
We learned from Megacon. Both Foxtale and I learned from Megacon, which I kind of already had a clue to it, and I kind of warned her ahead of time before we went there. But we went to his panel, and it turns out that Chris Claremont is absolutely bonkers, like batshit crazy. So when he was developing, her character, he decided, what's cooler than a cute little girl that can kind of phase through walls. Than a cute little girl that can phase through walls who has a pet purple dragon who is he's not actually a dragon, he's an alien. He's an intelligent beast
from
that's
another
what I'm
planet.
Looking for. So
okay.
yeah, it's he's just like this is just gonna be her sidekick. I don't even remember. I think it came about during the whole Dark Phoenix saga thing with meeting the Shi'ar Empire and all these things. I think that's when she was introduced to this dragon and just kind of like hung out with her after that.
So if Kitty Pryde hung out with the Guardians of the Galaxy,
which she does now, yes,
that also means that
she hangs out with Groot.
She hangs out with the X-Men, right?
So on occasion.
Which means she hangs out with Deadpool.
No. I really don't think many people in the Marvel universe seem to hang out with Deadpool if they can avoid it.
But what I'm saying, though, is it's all going to be in the same universe, right?
What you're saying is that next time she does this, if she's using it for a costume contest, she needs to put the Deadpool mask on so she can win $500 is what you're saying, right? Is that where we're going with this?
Cheeto, whatever.
Yeah.
She needs to make a Kitty Pryde just a Cheeto.
But wait a minute, though, no.
What are your comments on that?
Hold on.
Chester the Cheeto?
They're going to do another... Wait, Guardians of the Galaxy are... with the X-Men and...
No,
I'm saying that whole universe, though, right?
Like
they're two different universes right now. The X-Men are in the Sony universe, as it were, and everybody else in Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers, all that stuff are in the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe.
So it's Marvel, though.
Yes.
But okay.
So no, Wonder Woman will not be in Guardians of the Galaxy or...
Well, no. That's the Avengers is what I'm getting at.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about the Avengers? The Guardians of the Galaxy and the Avengers
Justice League, I'm sorry. But I'm saying the Guardians of the Galaxies, are they going to be part
Wonder Woman
of the
won't
Avengers,
be in the
right? No, that's never going to happen. I get that. But yeah, I don't know why they haven't incorporated the X-Men into any of it.
Because Sony still owns the rights to them. It took a lot of going back and forth to get Spider-Man, which they did.
So,
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, Homecoming is actually a collaboration between the MCU and Sony. It's not its own. It's not.
But Sony sucks donkey balls.
I can't say that because Deadpool was fantastic.
Was atrocious.
Yes, Fantastic Four was atrocious. Some of the X-Men movies.
Every rendition of the Fantastic Four was atrocious.
The first one was okay. I thought it was alright. It wasn't great. Logan was fantastic. Deadpool was fantastic.
Deadpool was fantastic.
The last 3 X-Men movies have been good.
I thought
the first
you were
2 are great.
Airbender, and I was just gonna straight punch myself in the face. Like that's M. Night Shyamalan.
But I will say that between Sony and the MCU, of course, the MCU is much better. Their movies are entertaining on so many different levels.
But is it not also true that they just kept rebooting Spider-Man and redoing it just so they could keep the rights?
Absolutely.
They did it with the Fantastic Four. Mm-hmm. They did. I mean, these movies.
They did it with Batman. That's why we have those horrible, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin.
Yeah. George Clooney knows. As a matter of fact,
suit.
Yeah. I just saw a.
Oh my god, that's right.
I just
my
saw
friend who looks like Gru told me that his favorite Batman was George Clooney, and I was like, "So you love nipple suit Batman?"
Is he the worst?
He's like, "Hey, he didn't have nipples on the suit." So of course Google answered that question for us all, and
very quickly. But like George Clooney even knew, he thought he had killed Batman as a character when he was in there. He's like, "There'll never be another Batman movie. I ruined it." Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, you did. Now, was he only in...
He was only in one.
Okay.
Val Kilmer was in the other one.
It seems so long.
It's Michael Keaton, then I believe it's Val Kilmer, then George Clooney, and then Christian Bale. And now, my favorite Batman, which is Ben Affleck.
I have mixed feelings about Val Kilmer. Because...
I thought he was going to say Ben Affleck.
No, it's just the Val Kilmer Batman. I just don't... I don't hate it.
I don't have any mixed feelings about it. It was terrible.
But Jim Carrey is a Riddler.
I remember the Val Kilmer one. Jim Carrey was in that one?
Yeah,
yes, I loved Jim Carrey as the Riddler, and I loved Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face. Actually, I thought and Drew Barrymore as the slutty chick in the white. I don't just like one of his girlfriends.
Poison Ivy.
No, she wasn't Poison Ivy. That was Uma Thurman.
No, Drew Barrymore was Batgirl.
No, Drew Barrymore was not. Drew Barrymore was was Two-Face's side chick in the white. The Batgirl was played by... Yeah. I don't remember her name, but...
Yes, that's who I'm trying to think of, not Drew Barrymore.
So finally, boom on you.
Stop it.
Paul Giamatti my ass.
No.
I'm excited to see what happens with the Justice League movie because I don't know if you know this, because you do know this actually, because we talked about it in the last podcast how Zack Snyder's daughter committed suicide.
Yeah.
Right? So then Joss Whedon stepped in to help finish the film. And I don't know how much of Justice League he did, but Joss Whedon on Justice League has got me really excited because Joss Whedon did the 2 Avengers movies. He did, so many great, Firefly, like so many great things, and he was a great comic book writer as well. He did Astonishing X-Men, so, and I know he's doing Batgirl, which is going to be great, I think, so I really hope, no offense to Scott Snyder because I know he's going through some, things right now, but I would really, really, really like to see a movie where Joss Whedon did a majority of the Justice League stuff. It'll have that funniness. It'll have that
that's going to be interesting to see. And I'm wondering how Whedon's going to do it. If he is going to go through and try and put his touch on the whole finished product post-process. Because obviously, the director, I've seen other movies where there have been definitive differences, at different points in the film. Well, for example, Suicide Squad was a great example of that. Mm-hmm. You had 4 different people making this movie.
4 different directors,
it was just like this mishmash of what the fuck is going on.
And you can see it because you've got this like really hyper neon feel at sometimes. You've got a very dark feel at sometimes. And you have a very comedic feel at sometimes. You know.
And you know the funny thing about that too is that translates over to games. The Deus Ex, Deuces X, not Mankind Divided, but the first prequel that they made, Human Revolution. Right, they actually outsourced certain points of the games to different studios. So the boss battles, and some of the mini games or something. So there were different parts of the game that just had incredibly different pacing, incredibly just vastly different gameplay, and totally derided from like the original feel of the game. Yeah, and especially the boss battles, they were heavily criticized for that. But you know that makes me wonder, you know, are we going to have that as a finished project?
Like a disconjointed movie?
Or
from what I understand, Joss Whedon and Zack Snyder are actually friends. Yeah. You know? Not that it really means a whole lot, but that being said, I think that because of that, you know, he took over not as a replacement per se. You know, he didn't take over like, oh, you know, they gave me this job because they didn't like what you were doing. You know, he took over out of a sign of respect, you know, for what was going on. And on top of it, like, he already was helping with the movie. I didn't know this. He actually helped with a lot of the movie this time, you know?
Oh, well, then there might actually not be.
Yeah, so
he's
hopefully it won't
involved.
Hopefully it won't be there won't be a disconnect, but we'll see. You know, they were trying to keep it on the sly though, because Marvel is the one that used Joss Whedon originally for the Avengers movies, which really, you know, kind of blew up their whole. You know, I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, in my opinion, I know Foxtale said this before, Guardians of the Galaxy is like the one that really pushed Marvel over the edge and really, like, gave them that
didn't he do
edge
the last
in movies.
Star Trek movie?
That wasn't Joss Whedon, no, that was
No.
That's okay. So the last guy that did the last Star Trek movie is the guy that does did the first couple Fast and Furious movies.
Who did Star Wars?
Star Wars was J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams, I'm sorry. I thought J.J. Abrams did Star Trek. Okay, that's what it was. I'm sorry. For some reason, J.J. Abrams and Joss Whedon are.
So basically, what you're saying is you want the ultimate movie where Joss Whedon and J.J. Abrams have a creative baby, and that is the thing that we see on screen.
Literally, so here's what we do. Okay, we handcuff them together. So that they cannot do anything without each other. And that they have to have the ultimate collaboration. They have to sleep together. They have to poop together.
They have to help each other wipe after they poop because they've only got one hand. You know?
They have to make love to their wives together.
That might not be so bad. I mean, the Chinese finger cuffs and, you know, that kind of thing. Continue on, sorry.
Anyway, so they have to make the ultimate collaboration. And it'll be great.
Yeah, it'll be either the best movie that's ever made in those genres, or absolute trash because they're just like, I hate life. I can't stand.
We can call it Star Wars, Star Trek,
Star Trek Wars, Avengers of the Star Trek Wars.
Yeah,
Avengers of the Star Trek Wars. Lost. The Lost Avengers of the Star Trek Wars.
Yeah.
Of Justice.
Of Justice, semicolon, the League.
See all these great ideas that we come up with. Like, we really start marketing this.
Yeah.
Like our Mario Noir.
I still say that's such a great
Luigi.
Idea. You're never gonna you gotta get out of here. You're never gonna make anything out of yourself, Mario. I'm gonna be stuck here being Daisy. But you can get to the Mushroom Kingdom. You gotta get out of the sewer.
If you haven't listened to that podcast yet, you really need to go back. And I don't remember which number that was, but that one was hilarious.
2 or 3 podcasts ago or something.
Yes. So we're coming up on time now. So I just want to remind you guys to keep listening because we'll be talking more and more about the upcoming events.
All 20 of you.
Yes.
Yeah, we got more subscribers, you know.
That's good. Well, once we get this thing off,
3 or 4 more, I'm like,
once we get this damn thing off of YouTube, we'll probably get more. That's the problem. So we are moving to SquareSpace. Hopefully, I think that's where we're finally really focusing. So we will see.
Super easy to use, by the way.
Yes, and that being said, that means that you also, I guess, be able to listen to us on iTunes then, right?
Yeah.
So
although I've heard there's some issues with iTunes, and I don't know.
Well, you know what?
You're on a couple of weeks
those of you who are subscribed subscribed and listening to us. We're on this journey together, so we'll figure it out as we go together, right? Stay tuned for more information about the upcoming Nerd Fair. Is that what we're saying?
Check your mailbox for pamphlet. No, we're not going to send out pamphlets.
I'm just going to go door to door knocking.
Oh my God, we could be those people that go car to car and put pamphlets.
Yes.
Pam.
I just want to go. I want to go door to door and be like, do you have a couple minutes to talk about our Lord and Savior, the Nerds United in Brevard?
Do you have some time to talk about Nerds United in Brevard?
So please answer your door in your underwear, because that's my favorite way to talk to people.
Especially if you have the figure of Gru.
Mm-hmm. Like, why picture the audience naked when they could just actually be naked? Like, it just makes things a whole lot easier, right? Anyways, and we plan on having, like I said, the cosplay group that we're going to create and all that kind of stuff. So, hopefully big things are coming. We keep talking about it, and now we're starting to move forward. So, I guess that's it for me. I'm the Merce.
I'm Foxtale.
This is Felton.
And do yourselves a favor and go eat more Wheaties. Like, make yourself a little more regular.
Okay. Now I'll just move the music into here. It's fine. Bye.